Welcome back, it's Cleet.
And it's Noah.
This is week 2 of the Eagle Sports Production Network. Last week, we had our first win in football. It was pretty electric. If you were up at Worthington Christian with us, Christmas theme, pajama day, I actually got to water boy, which was very interesting, very fun. I'll tell you what, the sideline dynamic is unmatched. That team loves each other, and they showed it on the field last week. What did we have? 2 touchdowns from Reno.
2 touchdowns from Reno. Isaiah threw, I think, 7.
And then Money Mitch went 7 for 7 on extra points. It was pretty sweet. I got to interview Reno after the game. He had this to say. We're here right now with Reno Rome after the win over Worthington Christian. Reno, what do you have to say about that today?
It was a great game. Our DB stepped up, got our first interception of the year. Our offensive line, we're missing a few pieces, but some young guys stepped up and really filled the gaps. We had a great game all around, and I'm just really happy with our win.
Hey, I'm really happy with the win too. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Cleet. Appreciate it.
Moving on to volleyball results. Girls had a huge win on Saturday morning against Bishop Fenwick, winning 3-2. It was a contested battle, beating the tops of the GCL. And then on Tuesday, won in a conference battle against Country Day, won in straight sets. It was easy rolling for the girls. Good job this week.
Moving on to soccer, this Monday we had 2 games at the same time for the guys and the girls, which was, I spent like most of Monday at school deciding which game to go to.
It was a conflict. We did end up going to the girls' soccer game.
We did.
Electric, as always.
It was electric. The student section was pretty solid.
It was
I'm not
very
gonna
full.
lie.
It's the most full girls' soccer game I've ever seen.
Me as well. We did lose 2-1 to Baden, the Rams. We ran them hard though. I like that joke a lot, clearly. The guys at the same time were playing away at Talawanda. Final was 7-2 CHCA Eagles there. We saw a hat trick from Drew Adams, 2 goals from Royce McKenzie, a goal from Logan Gould, and a goal from one of my favorites in the world, Peyton Andre.
Pepe, my Pepe.
Pepe, my Bebe, indeed. He got to go on a PK. Pretty sweet week of soccer. Last night, we had a great win over Taylor in a hard-fought game. I'm going to kick it over to my post-game interview. The man of the hour, the man himself, Drew Adams. Drew, you had that first goal right at the end of the first half.
Yeah.
How were you feeling at that point of the game?
I was just glad we scored. Put us in the game.
Going to the half, 1-1, I think you got into their heads by scoring so late in the half. And then just at the end there, it was a battle all of the second half. And you just made it happen. What was that second goal like?
Well, I saw the ball come across. Nobody was in front. I saw the back post was open, so I just kicked it and hoped.
And it was left-footed too, right? That's pretty awesome. Drew, thanks for your time. Way to play tonight.
I feel like we don't have enough nicknames for our soccer team.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know. We got Pepe, my Bebe, as I said before, but
Ice. I mean, Ice is one of the greatest nicknames.
Ice for Vice.
Ever.
He's my vice president. I heard earlier in the year people calling Drew Adams Drew Ad Him.
Drew Ad Him.
I don't think that's caught on much.
It should. He is him.
He is him. But that's really all I got.
Michael Packard is like the greatest passer of all time. I think we should call him Michael Passer.
That could work.
I don't know. That's not great. Also, when Riley Souls was playing goalie before her wrist injury.
Riley Goals.
Well, Riley blocks goals. Now when she plays in the field, she's Riley Goals. But in the goal, she's Riley blocks goals.
That's gold. Moving on to cross country, I interviewed Courtney Arnold. Take it away, Courtney.
So I'm here in the senior hallway with Courtney Arnold, our star cross country senior. Can you tell me how of the most recent meets? I heard there was one on last Tuesday. How did it go?
Yeah, this Tuesday actually, CHCA, we actually won the meet on Tuesday, so that's a great thing for cross country. And looking ahead, we got meet on Saturday, Springboro, and then after that, we're just aiming for getting better and winning more of the meets. So
yeah, how are you feeling about those?
I feel pretty good. It's all mental game. It's probably like 50% physical, 50% mental. You just gotta win that mental battle, you know what I'm saying? So I'm feeling pretty good. Gotta go into it confident. But yeah, it's been good. Team's doing great.
Awesome. And hey, run your heart out, all right?
Thanks.
Thank you, Courtney. Now, moving on to golf. On the guys' side, they played in the second round of the MVC Championships, and they finished runners-up in the whole conference to Seven Hills, who was the state champion last year. Pretty impressive performance from the guys. Now, moving on to the girls, they defeated Fairfield, with Jenna Mullally being the medalist in the match. Great win, girls. Keep rolling. Follow CHCA Women's Golf on Instagram.
On to tennis. We had the unfortunate circumstance happening of a forfeit on senior night, which is just not great. But hey, we still love our seniors. We still support you. If you see a senior tennis player this week, just give them a big old hug. Maybe give them a double high five. I think that might be too much for some purposes. But if you're really feeling crazy, give them a double high five.
You know, it depends on what they play. Like if it's like Miranda, you'll give her a tennis single high five because she played in singles. But like if you see Ava, you can give her a double high five because she plays doubles.
That's
you
awesome.
never know.
That's awesome right there. We did take a loss to Summit last night, but hey, our JV team won, so we'll get them back. We'll get them back in plenty of other sports this year. Summit has nothing on the CHCA Eagles.
Last week, as we covered earlier, CHCA football picked up their first win, destroying Worthington Christian 49-25 with the help of Isaiah Petty's 7 touchdown. Our very own Cleet Reinberger sat down with him and got to get his feel on the game.
Here it is. All right, welcome guys. I'm here sitting down with the one and only quarterback, Isaiah Petty. Yep. Isaiah, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good.
That's good. That's good to hear. So last week we saw 7 touchdowns, right?
Yeah.
That's kind of unbelievable.
Yeah.
How does a game like that affect you going into the next week?
We're just gonna roll with it. We're feeling confident on offense, and then defense stepped up, and we're feeling good. Hopefully we get 8 this week.
I like the sound of that. So I know against Greenfield McLean last year the Eagles fell. But, you know, you never know how a team's going to change from year to year, and that goes for both Greenfield and for the Eagles. How do you think the CHCA Eagles team has changed the most since last year as an outsider that wasn't here?
I just feel like, from what I've heard,
right,
the energy, I feel like the energy and the connectivity of the team, I feel like we're a real family.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I've been told that offense, we're doing more, offensively this year than we did last year. And,
100%.
I'm just excited. We're just ready to go.
So, I waterboyed last week.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It was pretty electric. You are, honestly, and I don't say this lightly because I'm a pretty big teammate individually, and I think 100%. Teammates are a big deal. 100%. You're one of the best teammates I've ever seen in my life.
Well, thank you.
You get off the field, you start hyping up your guys on offense, on defense, your O-line. It was everything. You would have objectively great plays and then go over to your O-line and say, O-line, great protection. And that makes me think we're going to have a great season.
Yeah.
In the context of football, right? Just in the context of football, I asked Chandler this last week. If you could go back and tell yourself from 3 years ago some tips about how to play, mindset to approach the game, some advice, what would you tell yourself?
I would probably say pressure. Like, I remember, at least me personally, I would put a lot of pressure on myself, but it's a team sport. So it's like, I can do my job the best when everybody else is doing their best.
Right.
So it's like anything, like those 7 touchdowns, those happen because of the O-line. Those happen because of the receivers. That happen because of Braden at running back. So I'm just doing my job, and if everybody does their job, then we're gonna have some fun.
That's pretty awesome. And I will say, last week it really seemed like everybody was doing their job. The defense played well, the O-line played well. Money Mitch, 7 for 7.
Yeah.
It was pretty sweet. I hope
that's why it's called money.
That's right. I hope we all seem to put together our jobs tonight.
100%.
Thank you so much for your time, Isaiah.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
See you guys soon. Tonight, the CHCA Eagles football team are at home taking on Greenfield McLean.
Matt McLean?
No, Greenfield McLean.
Matt McLean?
Number 9 is Lucas Brock, not even Matt McLean. I feel like that's the most important number 9 in Cincinnati sports.
That is true.
But we're taking on Matt McLean. Are you kidding? We're taking on Greenfield
Matt
McLean.
Okay.
Greenfield McLean tonight at home. It is camo/USA theme. So let's be the student section that other student sections look at and say, why can't we be like that? Just not even like, oh, I want to be like them, like hopeful. Like let's let them be angry because they know they're never going to be close to the Eagles. Last year, our Eagles fell 14-48 against Greenfield McLean, but I'm not worried about it. I think this year, quarterback Isaiah Petty, Reno Rome, we're just untouchable, and we're gonna show up. We're gonna get loud. We're going to explode. I think the student section, I want the police to be called because it's like, what is going on over there? There's like a noise in my signal map. You know how superheroes have the noise maps?
I say let's not do that.
Yeah,
it's Veterans Appreciation Night. Let's appreciate our veterans. Let's
do that. Wear red, white, blue. Wear some camo. Get loud.
Yeah.
Speaking of tonight's football game, we won't get to be there.
Yeah, we will not be there, unfortunately. your CHCA academic team, your very own CHCA academic team, is traveling down to Glasgow, Kentucky to play in the Glasgow Scotty, the biggest quiz bowl tournament in Kentucky.
That is.
Wish us luck, please.
Yes, let's go. We're gonna,
We're gonna romp.
some tough competition there. Detroit Catholic Central is gonna be there, but we're not worried about it. We are un equipo de competencia académica muy bueno.
Yep. Now, moving on to volleyball, look ahead. We have McNicholas on Saturday, Archbishop McNicholas. Now, this game's going to be a battle. I said that about Fenwick last week, and I expected a loss, but our girls continue to impress me. We beat Fenwick in 5 sets. Who's to say we can't beat McNick in 4, 3? Who knows?
Maybe even 2. It's just not how volleyball works. Anyway.
That's not how volleyball works.
Yeah, that's true. That is not how the game of volleyball works, but that's okay. I think if anyone could do it, it would be us.
Yes. And then we have Cincinnati Christian on Tuesday. It's another MVC game. I expect to win. I hope we win.
Is the Cincinnati Christian game at home on Tuesday?
That game is at home. It was supposed to be at home a couple weeks ago. It was supposed to be our first conference game.
Oh, and that was the
but
one
that was the controversy. They canceled on us when they figured out that all of our players were good to go and they could play.
Well, let's make them regret that cancel and let's just pounce all over them this week. This week's soccer, the guys on Thursday play against Roger Bacon. It's going to be a great game. It's at Bacon. No? Yeah, it's at Bacon.
No, it's at home.
No, it's at Bacon.
It's at Bacon?
Yeah, Anna Snell said. Right.
$10.
Okay.
All right.
We just made a $10 bet.
Yes.
It's on video.
In post, we will see.
Yeah, we will see. But I think also we filmed an interview with Anna, as you'll see in a moment, and she will say in there even if it's home or away.
I'm pretty sure it's at home.
We'll see.
No, it's definitely at Bacon.
Send it over to Anna Snell for the results of our bet, but also for this week's girls soccer look ahead.
I owe him $10.
Now, very much in the studio with us for the first time, we have a look ahead to girls soccer next week with the one and only Anna Snell. Noah, get out of here.
All right.
So Anna, this Saturday, Dayton Christian, how you feeling?
Feeling good. We are ready to try out a new formation and just kind of focus on the midfield a little bit more. That's the whole goal of that game. It shouldn't be too challenging, but a good time to get to try some things out.
And that game's away, correct?
Yes, like far.
Okay, Dayton Christian. I would suspect it's in Dayton. I think the one and only Skylar Yoder used to attend Dayton Christian. Monday, Goshen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Here, Goshen's
here. Let's get crazy.
I have not played them in my first 2 years of high school yet, so
no idea.
I have no idea.
Going in blind.
Yeah.
Do you like going in blind? Is there something freeing about that?
Almost, but a little bit. I don't know. It's a little bit scary as well.
Of course. And then next Thursday, I believe, as well?
Yes, that is Roger Bacon. That is away, but show up, get loud, because that's going to be a game.
Let's do it.
We last year beat them during the season, but then lost to them in the tournament in penalty kicks.
Let's beat them twice this year. Not let it go to PKs. Let's just crush them.
It's going to be a game, yeah.
Let's do it. Let's get there. Let's get loud. Anna, thank you so much for joining us.
Anytime. Thank you.
Of course.
On to golf. We hope to continue our winning ways. We've got great golfers here at this school. John Mitchell, Luke Visconti, Alex Cotton, Michael Figliola, Andrew Carter, Grant Hofstadler, all great guys players, and the Mullally twins, Molly Fazenmeyer, Bailey Brunetti, all great players on the girls team. All of them are great players. I've never seen any golfers play golf like them before for our CHCA Eagles.
So, I heard they were taking a trip down to New Orleans, or is it Florida? It was like this big event down there called the Gulf of Mexico. Like you go down to Mexico, you play golf or something? I don't know. Do you know anything about that?
No.
All right, well,
Not
if
familiar.
you know what the Gulf of Mexico is, let us know in the comments below. I think it's a big tournament they're playing in, but I don't know. I could have heard it from somewhere else. Now on to tennis. In tennis next week, we're going to slay Sycamore. Slay is the official word when you're talking about Sycamore because aviators, pilots, they are people And you know what people do? They slay. So when you kill a person, right, you slay to them. There, that's what I'll go with. So let's shoot down some airplanes this weekend. Let's be the birds that fly into their engines and cause them to crash, but without the turning into a ball of feathers part. Let's just remain okay and beat the aviators. On Tuesday, we're playing at Seven Hills, and we have Summit on Thursday. But hey, we're gonna get Summit back from last week this Thursday. I'm not worried about it at all.
You know that whole aviators thing?
Yeah.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Really?
Yeah. I was thinking that exact same thing, being the bird into the eagle, slaying the humans. We're on the same wavelength.
Yeah,
man.
literally the same. It's like there's no point in having both of us, I think, because we're just thinking the same thoughts all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, continuing on to cross country, the Gockerman twins, the freshmen, they're studs. They continue to dominate. In more and more meets, they rack up school records. Nate Gockerman set a school record in cross country last week, and
As a freshman,
I
I feel like we should go to a cross country meet just so that like when he places, we can all when he runs cross country, we can do the "He's a freshman" chant because cross country probably doesn't get the same love that as far as applause goes from the student section, and that would be really fun. And
we can change that.
Let's do it. Let's show up to a cross country meet.
I say we go to MVCs.
Let's do it. That'd be great.
Awesome.
So, last week, we had a little segment called Eagles Trivia, and I would like to shout out a very clever individual, a very epic individual, who converted correctly the answer to last week's Eagles Trivia question. That was Lucas Brock. Shout out to Lucas. That's right. The answer was Madeira from last week. Yeah, boo Madeira for sure.
I hate Madeira.
Do you have an Eagles Trivia question
Do I have
for this week?
Eagles Trivia question? Yes. I'll go fairly easy. Who has the school record for most points in a basketball game? And you get the bonus points if you can tell me how many points it was and against who it was.
Ooh, wow.
Yeah.
I'll have to converse. I don't know the answer to this one, but once this is not on, so we don't spoil, the answer, I'll have to make some guesses. Thank you so much for watching this week's episode of ESPN. That's right, the Eagles Sports Production Network. If you would like to have your club or team featured on the show, let us know. If you would like to be interviewed to be on the show, let us know. We want to have you.
We will see you next week.